Welcome to Planetary Calendar's weekly forecast. I'm Ralph DeAmicis, one of the astrologers. The forecast is for November 2nd through the 8th, 2020. A momentous week, because after all, on the 3rd is Election Day. Now, the week starts off quick. Why? Because on the first day, the 2nd, the moon is in Gemini. In fact, it turned early in the morning, about 1:59 a.m. almost. So all day long you have the moon in Gemini, which is a very quick moon. It's going to be a conversational moon. You think people are going to have a lot to talk about on the 2nd? I think so. I think there's a pretty good chance. Fortunately, Venus is above the number. What's that mean? It means that Venus is in a good aspect to the moon. Why? Because Venus is in Libra, and it's making a nice aspect to the moon. And people think of Venus in Libra in a very beneficial way because it is the extrovert, masculine ruler of Venus. But remember, Venus also rules law and fairness. And so the balance, the scale. So we're coming into Election Day, and we're going to see what's fair. And at the same time that, the moon is in Gemini. So that's going to be the Monday. It's going to be very conversational. It's going to be very engaging. Try not to get into any fights. It's a little late for that. Okay? Is Election Day, like I said. And this is really interesting. The moon is, of course, still in Gemini. Mars is making a nice aspect to the moon from Aries in rulership, which is a real, positive relationship. The moon has a special relationship to Mars, kind of that way mothers always have a special relationship with their sons. That kind of lifelong connection that's always there, that sense of loyalty. So when they're in good aspect to each other, it really shows a lot of kind of primal connections there. Neptune is below, so Neptune's not making a great aspect to the moon. But most interestingly, Mercury goes direct. Gracias a Dios, right? Finally, Mercury has been retrograde for 3 weeks. It's finally going direct. Communications is going to smooth out. How cool is that? Is this a portent? Is something good happening that Mercury has gone direct? I hope so. On the 4th, early in the morning, we have a void, of course, that runs from 5:48 a.m. right up to 1:45 p.m. So the first part of the day after Election Day, is going to be a little wobbly. Okay. In Gemini, so it's going to be a little confusing. It's going to be a little short attention span theater. Okay, just be prepared for that. But by 1:45 p.m. on West Coast time, when we do the calendar for the Pacific time, the moon moves into Cancer, its rulership position. Mom, home, apple pie. Ooh, this is cool, right? It's also, remember that Cancer is in trine to Scorpio. So this is a very harmonious couple of days we're moving into here, which is very nice. Mercury is forming a nice aspect to the moon in the course of the day, which is good. But it's more so that moon moving into into Cancer, that we really feel the emotional comfort zone, which is good. Now, it's funny because Mercury turning direct is the big thing here. And realize that on the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, as Mercury's stationing and turning direct, expect communications turbulence. Expect this is like you've been on a journey and you're rowing across a river, and suddenly you got to change directions and row back. Right? You know how hard it is turning around a rowboat in the middle of the river, when the current's trying to push you down and you're trying to get the row straight and the oar straightened out, and it bumps, and that's Mercury changing direction. Okay, if you're working on that, that's Mercury. So prepare for communications being like a little bit like that, a little bit turbulent, a little bumpy over those 3 days. I'm really pointing this out because it's bracketing Election Day. We know it's going to be ballistic because people are going to be counting ballots. A lot of times with their hands and with their technology and communicating this. It's all mercurial stuff. the Venus in Libra is very much about our right to have a just world and to do things in cooperation. Scorpio, which is where the sun is our ability to manage our resources collectively. It's the nature of government, of politics. Well, the actual counting, the tabulation, and all that, that's Mercury. That's all Mercury. That's all communications. You would write it with your hand. You drop a pebble in a box. That kind of thing. That's Mercury. So these are very appropriate signs for this period of time. Now, on the Thursday, we're having the torrid meteor showers are peaking. So if you have a need to go out under the sky, look up. You'll see nice things. Look over towards Taurus. The moon is still in Cancer. Uranus is now making a nice aspect to the moon because Uranus is in Taurus. Now, you probably remember from the Halloween full moon, Uranus was conjunct the moon. How did that work out for you? Okay? I mean, we knew it was going to be a little spooky, a little wild, but how did it work out for you? Because that will give you a real sense of how Uranus acts. Uranus in Taurus, well, that's been earthquakes. That's been forest fires. That's been floods. Uranus, disruption, Taurus, the earth. Well, at least here, Uranus is making a nice aspect to the moon 2 days after Election Day, while on the Thursday, the sun is trine the moon. So you have really beautiful aspects. So by Thursday, you'll really feel like there's a great sense of things moving along smoothly. Mercury now at least is going direct. It's stationed and gone direct. So by Thursday, all the disruption that started on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, by Thursday, you should feel like it's really smoothing out, which is nice. We could all use a bit of that. Now, middly, Venus and Mars are making difficult aspects to the moon that day, but you have to expect some disruption. And by the Friday, we have a black box day. Okay, the moon is going to be in Cancer all day long. It's going to have a void, of course, that goes from 5:26 p.m. to 11:18 p.m. when it goes into Leo. Moon in Cancer voids are not as difficult as most because she's in her sign. This is like mom's gone shopping. She has time before her next appointment, but she's got a purse filled with credit cards. And she's in the shopping district. What's she worried about? She's in her element. And that's what that moon void, of course, is like that. It is a very, very feminine time. And it is Friday. And if you want to have a long lunch and go shopping, go ahead. It's okay. You have permission. Okay? Neptune is making a nice aspect to the moon. Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto are all making challenging aspects to the moon in the course of the day. So maybe the best thing you could do is have a long lunch and go shopping, because otherwise you're going to have some, being nibbled to death by ducks a little bit, people bugging you. And also Mercury is square Saturn. So you may find issues of communication and responsibility conflicting. Okay. Like I said, long lunch really sounds like a great idea to me. On the Saturday, there are almost no aspects except Uranus square the moon in Leo. So very, very mild day. And really, I'm sure everyone could stand a break. And then on the Sunday, it's the third quarter moon. And it's the moon, so you have things are kind of winding down. Remember, we've hit the full moon at Halloween. Now things are winding down. It's a good thing for chores around the house, by the way. With the moon in Leo, give a sense of, maybe establishing something about your castle, going out and buying something that you need for your home. Venus and Mars are both in nice aspects to the moon. And like I said, that sounds like a good day for shopping. Doesn't it? I think so. So the Saturday and the Sunday are lovely shopping days. Maybe go out to lunch, go for a picnic if you're someplace where it's warm enough that you can picnic. And that's pretty much the week. So make sure you come and visit us on Tuesdays when we do our astro portraits. They're very educational. and then come visit us on Fridays for our forecast for the coming week. Visit spaceandtime.com or planetarycalendar.com to buy your calendars. Please subscribe to our channel so you can keep getting these forecasts and have an idea of what's going on. And hope you have a great week. Thanks so much.